Good morning. So now we are going to discuss about exothermic and endothermic reactions. So all of you take page number 67 and page 66 is not required. Then page number 67, exothermic and endothermic reaction. Exothermic reaction. Exo meaning you are familiar with the word exit. The same meaning here, exo. Thermic, therm meaning heat. During a chemical reaction, if heat energy is liberated, such reactions are termed as exothermic reaction. So define an exothermic reaction, a chemical reaction which proceeds with the evolution of heat energy is called exothermic. Let us take an example. N2 plus 3H2 reversibly gives 2NH3. Here you can see a sign plus delta. This plus delta indicate that the reaction is exothermic in nature. So define the term exothermic. The next term is endothermic, which is defined as, endothermic reaction is defined as a chemical reaction which proceeds with the absorption of heat energy. Absorption of heat energy. And this endothermic reaction is denoted by minus delta. Minus meaning absorption, minus delta means absorption of energy. That is, for example, N2 plus O2 gives NO. And this is an example of a naturally occurring reaction. Can you say when this nitrogen react with oxygen? During the time of lightning, nitrogen in the atmosphere react with the oxygen, atmospheric oxygen to form NO. And this happens, the reaction takes place only in the presence of a high temperature. So a certain amount of energy is required to carry out the reaction between nitrogen and oxygen. So during the chemical reaction, energy is absorbed. Such reactions are called endothermic reaction. So define endothermic reaction, chemical reaction which proceeds with the absorption of heat energy is called endothermic reaction. Next, let us discuss the action of heat on various compounds. First of all, let us take the action of heat on different carbonates. The activity series, first two elements are sodium and potassium. Sodium carbonate and potassium carbonate are highly stable and they cannot be decomposed on heating. So name two carbonates which do not decompose on heating: sodium carbonate and potassium carbonate. And the remaining elements in the activity series, that is elements from calcium to copper, calcium carbonate to copper carbonate, undergo thermal decomposition and form the respective oxides and carbon dioxide. So let us study one example. Calcium carbonate on heating decomposes to form calcium oxide and carbon dioxide. And at the bottom of the activity series, we can see the elements silver and mercury. And these carbonates, silver carbonate and mercury carbonate on heating decomposes to form the respective metal, carbon dioxide and oxygen. So the elements, bottom elements in the activity series are silver and mercury. Their carbonates on heating decomposes to form the respective metals, carbon dioxide and oxygen. So action of heat on different compounds in the activity series are different. Potassium and sodium carbonate do not decompose on heating. The remaining elements in the activity series up to copper, their carbonates decomposes to form respective oxide and carbon dioxide. And the bottom elements, silver and mercury carbonate, decomposes to form respective metal, carbon dioxide and oxygen. Next, let us discuss the action of heat on various nitrates. The first two elements in the activity series are sodium and potassium. We all know that. And the nitrate is KNO3 and NaNO3, isn't it? Potassium nitrate and sodium nitrate. Then what happens to these nitrates on heating? These nitrates, that is potassium nitrate and sodium nitrate on heating decomposes. On heating decomposes to form respective nitrite and which gas is liberated? Only oxygen gas. So NaNO3 gives NaNO2 plus O2. Then the remaining elements in the activity series are from calcium to copper decomposes to form respective oxides plus NO2 plus O2. For example, let us take CaNO3 twice. Calcium nitrate on heating gives calcium oxide, respective oxide plus NO2 plus O2. So the color of NO2 is reddish brown gas. NO2 is a reddish brown gas. So what is the effect of heat on the nitrates from calcium to copper in the activity series? All the nitrates from calcium to copper decomposes to form respective oxide NO2 and O2. Then we know that bottom two elements are silver and mercury. Their nitrates also decomposes to form respective metals plus NO2 and O2. Here we get oxide, but bottom elements produce respective metals. And now we are going to discuss the action of heat on various hydroxides. The first two elements in activity series are sodium and potassium. Their hydroxides do not decompose on heating, which means they are highly stable. These hydroxides are highly stable. So name the two hydroxides which do not decompose on heating: NaOH and KOH. The remaining elements from calcium to copper in the activity series, the hydroxides of those metals, that is from calcium to copper, undergo decomposition on heating and form respective oxide and H2O. Only one example is given here. CaOH twice on heating gives CaO plus H2O. CuOH twice gives CuO plus H2O. And the bottom two elements, silver and mercury, they do not form hydroxides, or we can say they rarely form hydroxides. So name a metal which rarely form a hydroxide: silver hydroxide, or we can write mercury hydroxide. Name a hydroxide which do not undergo decomposition: potassium hydroxide, or otherwise write sodium hydroxide. So now we take page number 68. Oxides, different type of oxides. So different type of oxide. Page 68, classification of oxides and preparation of oxides not required. So strike out the preparation of oxides from page number 68. Now we are discussing the classification of various oxides. Oxides are mainly classified into four. One is acidic oxide, two basic oxide, then neutral oxide and amphoteric oxides. Now we are discussing about acidic oxides. What are acidic oxides? Acidic oxides are formed by non-metals. Non-metals are, there are various examples, but for standard 8 you have to learn carbon, nitrogen and sulfur. Their oxides are acidic in nature. So examples of acidic oxides are carbon dioxide, nitrogen dioxide and sulfur dioxide. So generally we can say that non-metallic oxides form acidic oxides. Give an example of acidic oxide: sulfur dioxide, otherwise carbon dioxide or nitrogen dioxide. Then these acidic oxides are soluble in water, form respective acids. For example, CO2 plus water form carbonic acid. So generally non-metallic oxide dissolved in water form dash acids. And these acids react with the bases to form salt and water. The acidic oxides react with the bases to form salt and water. So we learned about acidic oxides. What type of element form acidic oxides? Non-metallic elements. Non-metallic oxides are acidic oxides. They dissolve in water to form dash. Non-metallic oxide dissolve in water to form acids. Acid react with the bases to form salt and water. Next is basic oxides. What type of elements form basic oxides? Metallic elements react with oxygen to form metallic oxides. These metallic oxides are called basic oxides. So what type of elements form basic oxide? Metallic elements. Metallic elements react with oxygen to form metallic oxides. These metallic oxides are dash in nature, basic in nature, and therefore we call it as basic oxide. Example: potassium oxide, sodium oxide, magnesium oxide, aluminium oxide, calcium oxide, copper oxide, etc. This metallic oxide dissolve in water to form bases. Metallic oxide, for example, calcium oxide, dissolve in water to form base, calcium hydroxide. So metallic oxide dissolve in water to form bases. And base react with acid to form salt and water. So metallic oxides are called basic oxide. Basic oxide dissolve in water to form bases. Or metallic oxide dissolve in water to form bases. Base react with the acid to form salt and water. The next type of oxide is amphoteric oxide. Amphoteric oxides are also metallic oxides. And what is the meaning of amphibians? The term you learned in biology. Amphibians means those animals which can live both in water and on land. In chemistry also, the word is there, amphoteric. What is meant by amphoteric? Meaning it shows both the characters, both the reactions. These oxides, amphoteric oxides, are zinc oxide, lead oxide and aluminium oxide. Only three amphoteric elements, zinc, lead and aluminium. Their oxides are amphoteric and we call it as amphoteric oxides. These amphoteric oxides can react with both acids and bases. That is why the name amphoteric. These three oxides react with both acids and bases to form salt and water. So amphoteric oxide is the meaning those metallic oxides which can react with acids and bases. And we already learned that metallic oxide react with acids and non-metallic oxide react with the bases. But amphoteric oxides are only three: zinc oxide, lead oxide and aluminium oxide. These oxides can react with both acids and bases to form respective products. Example, give an example of an amphoteric oxide: zinc oxide, or aluminium oxide, or lead oxide. Only three examples for amphoteric oxides. And the fourth type is neutral oxides. Neutral oxides are non-metallic oxides which are neither acidic nor basic, not showing acidic character or basic character. They are called neutral oxides. By heart the names of neutral oxides: NO is nitric oxide, CO is carbon monoxide, N2O is nitrous oxide. Nitrous oxide is also called laughing gas. So these are the three neutral oxides. So they are neither acidic nor basic. So now we finished chapter 6 also. So write notes, study well, and thank you.